Alrighty. What's up? All right, I'm here. Now we can. Now the Tigers can come and play. All right, I'm back. I'm here. I'm here. I'm finally here. A little late. A little late, but it's better late than never. They said. So hopefully we can. Hopefully I can give LSU some good luck as they're down 3-0. Looks like early in this baseball game. All right, let's see. Finally here. Finally here. All right. So, yeah. All right. So we'll see what the now that I'm here, we'll see what LSU can do and see if they can, you know, do something. I saw they losing. Happy Wednesday. What's up? Dana Barry is the first one in the chat. All right, so top of the fourth inning, 3-0 Louisiana. Pearson getting doing his warm-up tosses. So I didn't miss much. I see that. I see that. I see. I didn't miss much at all. But oh well, I'm here now. So yeah, I didn't miss much. Well, so hopefully I can maybe my presence will do something. Oh, it didn't work other night. My presence. So, but yeah, I heard about. I was listening on the radio. Heard about yeah. Here's a pitch to Pearson. That's going to be inside 1-0. Well, Pearson's pinch hitting here. So 1-0 to count. Here to Pearson. And the pitch is popped back up out of play. Be 1-1. So yeah, they have played a lot of games. They don't play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Wednesday again. This not like this isn't a major league. So 1-1 to count. Here to Pearson. The pitch is popped up, foul territory, and it will get to the seats now. So 1-2. Yeah, I saw Guidry was starting, which I really don't understand why, but anyway. All right, so Pearson at the plate. Is he pinch hitting for somebody? Because he wasn't in the lineup, was he? No, he wasn't in the lineup. So 1-2 to count to Pearson. And a 1-2 is a swing and a miss. One down. Yeah, I heard. I was York. I heard he had some problems in the infield. Let's see if this will ignite the offense. Remember, Fireball is the unofficial sponsor for Goose Sports. Remember, if you want to ignite tonight, Fireball it. Here's a pitch to York. That's going to be a ball 1-0. Oh, they must have taken out Reeves. Here's a 1-0. That's 2-0. Yeah, they must have taken out Reeves because Reeves was batting. Oh, Reeves was the DH. That's what it is. So Pearson's now the DH. So 2-0 here to York. And the pitch is a ball 3-0. You're gonna have to wait. You want to come outside so bad, you're gonna have to wait to go inside. So 3-0 to count. Hope LSU. I know that they didn't win the other night. They didn't win, but right now here's a 3-0. Here's a strike, 3-1. But yeah, they need to get their they need to get something going here, man. So 3-1 to York, and the pitch is that's ball 4. Well, they're gonna say it hit him anyway, but it's going to be a base runner. So it wouldn't matter. It was ball 4, hit him. He's still on base. So now we're going to have, should have Milam up. Should have Milam. I gotta write down my names here. Oh, they got Harden playing today. Now you're gonna have to wait, Rue. You're gonna have to wait. You wanted to come outside, so you're gonna have to wait. So Milam comes to the plate here for the Tigers. Milam's a junior. Yeah. Remember he was the freshman. And he was a super sophomore last year. All right, so runner at first and nobody out. I'm sorry, runner at first, 1 out. Excuse me, 1 out here in the 4th. Here comes the pitch to Milam. There's a ball, 1-0. It's a little low and in, 1-0 to Milam. And it's going to be 2-0. 2-0 here to Milam. We are in the top of the 4th inning, 3-0 Ragin Cajuns. So York at first. Now we're going to have a time. Looks like we're going to have a mound visit again. This time the coach is coming out. I don't know if it's the pitching coach or the skipper, but a coach is coming out. So 2-0 to count here to Milam. I can write down my names here for the batting order. So I usually do this, but I was late. Had stuff to do. All right, looks like the visit is over. So 2-0 here to Milam. So 2-0 coming to Milam. And here comes the pitch. That's going to be a strike right above the knees. 2-1. All right. Now I've got the batting orders written down. Now I know who's batting. All right, so 2-1 to Milam. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a ground to the 3rd. Could be 2 to go to 2nd. To 1st. Double play. That's going to end the top of the inning. So around the horn, 5, 4, 3, double play, and the side is retired. Jeez. We're down. Yeah, we're down again, Brian. We're down again already. They need to start. I don't know. It's way too early for any kind of to panic. But they got to play better. Of course, my phone's blowing up. They suck. They suck. Look at the dog inside. Wait, that's my charger. Look at my charger. I still have it out here. All right, so bottom of the 4th we go. It's 3-0 Ragin Cajuns. Yeah, the offense has been bad this weekend. Yeah, the offense has been bad this weekend. We didn't have many home runs at all this weekend. This little 4-game, whatever you want to call it. But I know we scored 10 runs on Monday, but I mean, hell, it was 13-2 going to the seventh inning. Uh, so I mean, LSU was getting killed up until that point. So, but yeah, things are good. They got to start hitting better because they got a tune. I guess they got a tune-up series this weekend against Sacramento State, and then they play Vanderbilt, not this weekend but next weekend. So SEC play starts very soon. All right, so in the bottom of the fourth is 3-0 Louisiana Ragin Cajuns. I tried to get tickets to this game and I could not get tickets. So I was like, damn. Here's a ball low, 1-0. There's Plog on the mound here for the Tigers. This is Rodriguez. Well, Plog from Rodriguez is from Slidell, Louisiana. He's from the North Shore. Here's a 1-0. Here's a strike, 1-1. 1-1 to count. So Plog will come set. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be. Did he put the foul? I was looking away. Shit. Oh, it's a ball, 2-1. I was looking away. He threw the ball too fast. So 2-1 to count here to Rodriguez. But yeah, I mean, it's not. Look, the offense was bad to start the season last year. If y'all remember last year against Omaha, they couldn't hit, and they lost one game to Omaha, and then it got right. Here's a 1-2. There's a chopper back to the pitcher. Gotta hurry, does 1 down. So, but it's not time to concern just yet. But there's one thing that we really cannot do. Remember it was not last year, but the year before that, when we got to a horrible start in SEC play. I mean, we were horrible. It was 2 years after they won in 23, the 24 season. I mean, we were awful early in the year in the SEC. That can't happen this year. So Mandino up. There's a strike. 0-1. Should be Mandino. Yeah, the defense. They had errors the other night against Northeastern, and I heard that York couldn't find first base. There's just another strike, 0-2. But I'd much rather them play like this, bad right now, as opposed to May and June. Here's the 0-2. That ball's hit out of play. They are talented. This is a very talented roster, but they still gotta perform. All right, so 0-2 to count. Here to Mandino. I was gonna say something. Here comes the 0-2. That's low and away, 1-2. So 1-2 to count to Mandino. Got A-Bear on deck. The 1-2 is he? Did he go around? I think he did. And no. 2-2. I thought they got him, but it's 2-2 to count. I like these old gray. I like these gray jerseys. They pay homage to that '91 team. That's 3-2. Our first national championship back in 1991. So 3-2 to count. And the pitch is strike 3 looking right above the knees. 1 down. 2 down. 2 down. There's 2 down here in the inning. Going to bring up A-Bear to the plate. I'm assuming it's A-Bear. I'm sure it's not Herbert. I mean, if you're from Louisiana, it's going to be A-Bear. Or are we going to have a pinch hitter? I think they said a pinch hitter, I think they said. Here comes a pitch. That's down low, 1-0. I think they said, yeah, it's Mark Collins from Opelousas, Louisiana. He's from Opelousas, right there by Lafayette. They got some good boudin out in Opelousas. Really good boudin out in Opelousas. Probably the best in the state, if I'm being honest. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. That ball's flipped to right center, but going back at the warning track, and that's going to end the inning. As Jake Brown with the catch, and the side is retired. So we'll go to the 5th inning. Still 3-0 Ragin Cajuns. All right. Yeah. Some boudin. I need to get me some really good, boudin. Not the shit that you get in the grocery store, like from Rouse's, which is okay for grocery store boudin, but still yeah. Some real boudin. That's what I need. Some real boudin. Alrighty, so top of the 5th inning is still 3-0 Ragin Cajuns. Tigers, the LSU Tigers need to get there. They got to wake up their bats. Remember, gotta do like a ritual like Serrano. Serrano did with the yeah. Gotta wake up the bats. Yeah, Serrano. All right. Packed house up there in Lafayette. Especially with LSU coming to town. Of course, LSU fans will buy tickets. Then make the short drive over from Baton Rouge to Lafayette. And then, of course, fans in Lafayette are going to show up at the ballpark and watch their Cajuns play the Tigers. All right, so top of the 5th we go. Still 3-0 Louisiana. Oh, like Parker Smith on the mound here for Louisiana. He's from Montgomery, Texas. I think LSU has a pitcher from Montgomery, Texas. I think that's outside of Dallas, I think. Yeah, Joe Boo, where are you? I think Montgomery's around. I think it's around Dallas and Fort Worth, I think. Yeah, Joe Boo, where are you? All right, so we got Aaron Beatty's up for the Tigers. We gonna miss Hernandez. Here's the pitch. That's a strike on 1. Right the knees, 0-1. And the 0-1 is gonna miss 1-1. Joe Boo. Oh, it's out north of Houston? I thought it was out. Okay, never mind. I thought it was out around Dallas. Here's a 1-1. That ball's a ground to the 3rd. Nice play. And 1 down. I thought it was around Dallas. All right, well, Dallas, Houston. For some reason I thought it was around Dallas. Thought it was. Anyway, because they were on live PD at one time, or on patrol live, whatever they call it now. But I could have sworn Montgomery was. I was wrong. All right, so Dar from Mandeville, he's at the plate. The pitch is a ball 1-0. Okay. So 1-0 to count here to Dar. Here's a pitch. Going to be hit foul. So it's about a what? Okay. So it's about what? A little over 100 miles south of Dallas. A little more than 100 miles south of Dallas. Here's a 1-1. That ball swing to miss. 1-2. So 1-2 to count. Here to Dardar. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. 2-2. Oh, 3 hours. Oh shit, man, I'm way off. Man, way off. Man. I guess if you drive, it depends on how fast you drive. Here's the 2. If you drive like Paul Walker, you might get there in an hour. That's 3-2. Will they hit him? Don't hit him. If you drive like drive like Fast and the Furious, maybe you get there in an hour. So, oh man, can we score some freaking runs, man? Damn. All right, we got 1 out, 1 on. We got the plate. Harden at the plate. Here's a pitch. That's a low and in 1-0. Yeah, so Harden at the plate. No, not James Harden. So runner leads away from first base. Here comes the pitch to Harden. That's a ball, 2-0. We used to go from Tulsa to Dallas to Houston to New Orleans to Montgomery and back to Tennessee. That's a long trip there. All right, so Daniel Harden's from Prairieville. He's a junior. The 2-0 is fouled. 2-1. How you doing, Fireball? There's your softball team plays LSU this weekend. And we're not that good this year in softball. 2-1 pitch is a swing to miss. 2-2. Yeah, we're not that great in softball this year. We have one of those. Yeah, y'all like number 1 in the country. What are you talking about? We have one of those. You're like number 1. So 2-2 to Harden. That's did he swing and a miss? 1 down, 2 down. Jeez. 2 down. All right, now we're going to have Caraway up. Man, but before we play Vanderbilt in like 2 weeks, we're going to have to get in the batting cages. And just hit. So Caraway takes it for a ball 1-0. News to me, I don't watch women's sports. Yeah, y'all softball team is pretty good this year. And the 1-0 is lit to left field, going back, and that is gone. Home run. 2-run home run for Caraway, and that is another Bayou blast for the Tigers. And it's now 3-2. Man. The Bayou blast. Hey. Yeah, I told you, I just had to show up. Does that Karen, you talking the softball? I don't know who coaches y'all softball team. So Caraway with the Bayou blast, and it's now 3-2. Hey, all right. So we got a homer. We got to do a fireball shot for the homer. We got to get the LSU emojis, fireball. Yes, just get them. Let's combine them. Instead of vote, we got a pitching change. We have looks like we're gonna have a pitching change here for the Cajuns. As Caraway goes yard, it's now 3-2. There we go. All right. Sucks that Biatello left for Giants, but I think he I don't know, man. I think he didn't like the this new NIL, this revenue sharing shit that's going on with college sports. That's just my opinion about why he went to the major leagues. Because I know Jay Johnson has been not really complaining, but he's talked about this new revenue sharing, and LSU needs to they need to do their part for baseball. So, because women's basketball gets women's basketball gets more than baseball. So, and I get it. They're paying Mulkey a lot of money for the women's basketball team, but that might change if she retires. Women's basketball might go behind baseball, but I don't know. Title IX might say you can't do that shit. So, we got Wilson. He's from Muro, Louisiana. Oh, this guy's from Muro. I know where that is. Muro. Yeah, he got you a national championship. But I just think that this is my opinion. Trying to, just read the room. I just don't think he liked this new revenue sharing with college sports, and maybe he felt Tennessee wasn't, giving enough money to baseball for it to be competitive. It's just my opinion. Because I know Jay Johnson's been a little, he hasn't come out and complained, but he has mentioned it in interviews that LSU needs to, keep, putting money in the baseball program. Here's a pitch to Curiel. That's a strike 0-1. Yeah, LSU does the same thing. Here's the 0-1. There's a ball 1-1. The women's don't get the TV revenue like the men's, and so that's a big problem. They don't get that TV money like the men's do. Here's a 1-1. That's a chopper to second. Got to hurry, and they're not going to get him. Infield single. But LSU women's basketball is the same. They lose about $5 or $6 million a year. It might be more than $5 million. I'm not really sure about that. What's up, Coast? Because of you got to pay Staley and Mulkey all this money, and a sport that doesn't bring any kind of TV revenue like the men's do. All right, so Brown's up. It's a ball 1-0. But what's kind of crazy is Donnie Landry. What's up, Donnie? But it's here's a 1-0 to Brown. There's a swing and miss 1-1. Yeah, it's crazy how much money women's basketball loses for some of these schools, and they still they still pay the coaches. I think Kim Mulkey gets like $3 million, $4 million a year, something like that. Here's a 1-1. That's gonna be foul back. Yeah, you would think that they would kind of maybe break even because they sell they're sold out pretty much every game. So the tickets are being sold. So you would think that they would kind of, be more kind of break even as opposed to losing, $4 or $5 million a year. There's a ground ball base hit. Goes to right field. We're going to have first and third with 2 down. Should have first and third. It is first and third. Thank you, Donnie. Love my show. I know Donnie. Let's see. Man. Looks like we're starting to hit the ball a little better. Yeah, because I showed up. I was late. I came in the fourth inning, and it took an inning for the bats to realize that they needed to, heat up. Right now we're gonna have it. Is it Pierce? Is it yes? Pearson up. Yeah, Reeves is out. Was Reeves that bad? They had a sub out already. So Pearson takes it for a ball 1-0. But I agree with you about that shit. I mean, about women's basketball, they it's crazy how some of these teams how much money they lose. And it doesn't make any sense. Here's a swing and miss 1-1. Because in South Carolina, they sell tickets pretty much to every single game they have. LSU's the same way. There's always, close to a sellout. Here's a 1-1 to Pearson. That ball's hit to left field, but it's gonna be caught though. Shallow left. Makes the catch for the third out, but the Tigers do get 2 runs as Caraway hits the Bayou Blast. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. 3-2 Cajuns. Man, nice if we could have got a base hit there and tied up, but I guess beggars can't be choosers about that shit. Beggars can't be choosers. So, yeah, but yeah, I gotta go look it up because Tiger Droppings had something about how much money the women's team loses a year, and it's a lot. Let's see. Yeah, what does Chat GPT say? No, Chat GPT says, yeah, I do like women's college basketball more than WNBA. Now, Chat GPT just take it for what they say, but it says they lose close to $8 million annually. The women's basketball team at LSU, which makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, because I don't know how that's even possible. But anyway. Anyway, now. It just doesn't. Just like I guess what they get revenue from the TV contracts are just like they get nothing, as opposed to the men's side. But it all goes with ratings and shit. So, all right, so bottom 5 we go is Connor Bench. I think. Oh, here he goes. Yeah, this guy. I knew we had somebody from Montgomery, Texas. Is Connor Bench is from Montgomery, Texas. So he's on the mound here for the Tigers. I knew we had somebody from Montgomery. I just couldn't remember who it was. Was Bench hurt last year? I don't recall him pitching last year. I remember 2 years ago he pitched, but I don't recall him really being in the rotation late in the year. All right, so we got bottom 5 we go. Here's a foul out of play. 0-1. So we got LaSalle from Lake Charles. This dude's from Lake Chuck, Louisiana. Okay, where are you going there? LaBerge. That ball's foul back. 0-2. Yeah, LaBerge. Over there in Lake Charles, they get all that money from Houston and Beaumont. All those people from Texas that come and gamble over there in Lake Chuck. Here's the 0-2. That's a grounder. Throws a fair ball. It gets through to the right field side. Let's see if it's going to be a double or a single. And it's going to be a double. Man, he's in there with a sliding double. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, you're right. You got to put that in the expenses. You know, when they got to get on the jets every so. But you're right. They got you got to put that on the expense report. Oh, the Tigers are challenging this play at second, and let's see, was he 8? He's safe. The fuck you doing, Jay Johnson? Jay Johnson's doing his Sean Payton impersonation with the challenges. Man, Sean Payton used to just drive me crazy when he would challenge shit that made no fucking sense. I think he did it just to piss the refs off. Maybe Jay Johnson is doing the same thing. He's trying to piss the umps off, but I think he was safe at second. Unless his hand came off the bag, which I didn't see. But LSU is challenging this, but is it a good challenge? Probably so. I mean, but you kind of waste a challenge, but I wonder who tells the manager, hey man, challenge it. I mean, is there somebody in a like a spotter? You know how NASCAR has spotters? Is there somebody like overhead that says, hey, challenge it, challenge it? I mean, there is no press box like they do in football, so I just don't understand that. But anyway, just my opinion. All right, no, that was a quick review. It's either good or bad. Probably bad. Oh, yep. So he's safe. So runner is safe. The call is confirmed. It says. But, look at those oven mitts they wear, man. So Fireball, could you ever see like Ricky Henderson wearing these oven mitts? I mean, all these players. I'm worried about my hand getting stepped on. Yeah, Ricky Henderson never worried about that. Oh, yeah. Sure. So we got Markle at the plate. So runner at second, nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. Looks to trying to bunt, balls low, 1-0. How was everyone watching the game? ESPN Plus. So Drew Markle's from Katy, Texas. Yeah, this game is not on SEC Network Plus. You got to have the ESPN Plus Disney, bundle shit, which I have. Yeah. So yeah, it's one of the rare instances where LSU's not going to be on SEC Network Plus. There's a good bunt. Pitcher throws the first, then it's a wild throw. Oh my God, one's going to score. Holy shit, what a fucking bad throw. God. Oh my God, man. Oh, what kind of throw was that? He was better just to not throw it at all. Jesus Christ, man. Man, makes me want to do a fireball shot to watch. Who was Bench throwing to? I mean, we got Amity it up. Oh, no, we're gonna have Jay's out there. It's probably gonna be a pitching change. Who is that? I can't see that. I can't see the number. I can't see the number. Pitching change upcoming. Yeah, so Ben's just made a horrible error. I have no idea who was doing the baseball to. No idea. But hey, it is what it is, right? Oh, fish, man. What's Tiger Rant saying? What they say about binge? What's Garcia coming in? Okay. So yeah, it's gonna be Garcia coming on the mound. But man, this is really a that was a bad throw by Binge, man. So Santiago Garcia from Las Cruces, New Mexico, coming on the mound. Let's see, right there, his name down here, so I know who's pitching. Sometimes I forget. Wait, hashtag value exclamation point. That's his ERA. Nice. I don't know what that means, but for ERA they have hashtag value exclamation point for his ERA. I don't know what that means, but that's his ERA. Hashtag value. Okay. Somebody put the wrong yeah numbers in there. What's up, Kelly Gardner? Member gain in the house. Look, you're a member. You can put you can put these in there. See, you're a member. You're a member. You can put those emojis in there. Member gain in the house. I like that. I like that goose too. Like that little goose bird. Yeah. All right. Jesus Christ, man. I know, Marie. What's going on? I know. Huh? It's hot, huh? It's like March. It's hot. Well, I don't know what to tell you. All right, so we got Amity up. So we're in the bottom of the fifth. 4-2 Cajuns. Yeah, Amity, he's from Gonzales, Louisiana. He's from Gonzales. Yeah, that's around Baton Rouge. So here's a 1-0. That's a strike, 1-1. Man, come on, don't come on, Brian. Don't, man. You know, last year I got fooled, but I know, Lane's not Brian Kelly. I get it, but we didn't expect Nussmeyer to get hurt. Here's a 1-1. It's 2-1, but man, I just want to see it, man. I just want to see us score more than 20 points a game. You know, I mean, against like Louisiana Tech or somebody. I mean, who we played late last year? Oh, Western Kentucky. I mean, can we score 20 points? 2-1 is 3-1. Yeah. I just please, man. Can we score more than 20 points a game next year? I mean, I want to believe it, man. I really want to believe it. Here comes the 3-1, and that's fucking climbing close. I mean, fucking close. Wait, was that the wrong count on the screen? They had 3-1. I think they had the wrong count on the screen because and now they took the count off. I don't know what the fucking count is. Why does ESPN suck so much? Okay, now it's 3-1. Why does ESPN suck so much with their graphics and their app and the count and the outs and who's on base? Why does the ESPN app suck so much? All this money that Disney has supposedly, and their app sucks. The wrong counts on the screen, the wrong base runners are on the screen, the outs are wrong. Why they do? Well, it's constantly every game is like this, man. And it buffers. Sometimes, well, it's been better. It's been better this year. I remember like 2-3 years ago, it was bad. It would for me it would buffer all the time. So they've gotten that kind of shit fixed. 3-1. That ball's popped up in left center. And Darnall makes the catch. Yeah, that's his ball. One down. You're not overly confident. I think 8-5, man, would be kind of, that's including the bowl game. 8-5. I think it's kind of. I think that would kind of. That's not good enough, man. I know it's kind of. I'm tired of going 7-6, 8-5. Oh, okay. Garcia is gonna only face one batter. But the schedule's kind of tough, man. They play Texas. They got to go on a road to Auburn, right? They got to go on a road to Tennessee. Of course, they play Alabama, and fuck, man, we can't beat Alabama. So, we'll beat out. I'll believe it. Beating Alabama when we do, because we can't beat Alabama. So. That's what I said last year, and some people thought I was crazy because we had those 5 road games. Those 5 road games last year. They had Clemson. They had we had Clemson, Alabama, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and Clemson, Alabama, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and Vanderbilt. Those 5 games. We won one of those games. Clemson. Last year. I thought our season was going to rest on those 5 road games last year, and they did. We won none of the SEC road games last year. All right, so Rizzy on the mound. Maverick Rizzy. He's from Fiskdale, Massachusetts. Oh, we got a Yankee. His ERA is 1.35. Yeah, I'll believe it when we beat Alabama when we do. I mean, they beat us 13 out of the last 15 years. Yeah, I'll believe it. Ever since the 9-6 game, they've owned us. Ever since Les Miles and his dumbass said after the game, "Oh, I'll be honored to play that team again." We've been cursed. Les should have said, "I'm not talking about that, man. We just won on the road." I mean, I'm not saying shit, but no, Les had to be Les and say, "Oh, I'll be honored to play that team again." And fuck, they've owned us ever since then. So yeah, I'll believe it. I'll believe it when I see it that we beat this fucking team. Oh, they have ever since 2019. We've been a 500 football club, pretty much. Maybe a little north of 500, maybe 520 win percentage, 550. But yeah, ever since 2019, we've been a 500 football club. That's what we are. All right, so 100 second 2 down. So I believe when I see it. So Rizzy will come set. Now he's tips off the rubber. Let me guess, the pitch comp's not working. How's this not a pitch clock violation? Oh yeah, something. Oh yeah, the communication's not working. Yeah, okay. Here comes the pitch. That's the low 1-0. Why did it seems like every more often than not when they bring a new pitcher in, the pitch comm don't work. Here's a 1-0. Throw a strike. And it's gonna be a ground ball base hit. Going to get through to right field. It's going to be 5-2 Cajuns. Yeah, Jordan Hare is always a tough place to play. Remember that one after the 2012 season. Auburn was awful that year. Awful in 2012. LSU won like 12-10 or some shit like that game. Or 13-10 or something like that. Auburn's always tough to play. I don't care how good or bad LSU is. All right, so Brown's up here for the Cajuns. And the pitch is a strike on one. So Colt Brown, she's from a segment in Texas. So one at first, one out here in the fifth. And the pitch is slow. All right, 1-1. Yeah, the weather was kind of bad that year, that game, but didn't that game I missed the majority of that game because we had a power outage the night before. The ball gets away from first, but they can't move up. Why can't we throw the ball to first base? Yeah, there was because it rained that day in Baton Rouge, and it rained where I was that night, and we lost power, and we didn't get power until like about to the fourth quarter of that game. So I missed the majority of that game. The 1-1, and it's not even close. Didn't Burrow throw an interception on the goal line in that game? But Auburn was good. Auburn had a really good defense in 2019. Here's the 2-1. That's a check swing, and it's going to be fair foul. It's going to be some fair ball, and runner's out. So there's 2 down, and runner should be runner should go to second. Yeah, runner second base. And we have got Spolita up. Spolita. There's a swing and a miss. 0-1. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I missed the majority of that game because our power was out. It was the fourth quarter when it came back on finally. Here's a 1-1 as a foul. Well, did he get a piece of that? 1-2. I think he foul tipped it to the glove. 1-2 to count. But that Auburn team had a really good defense. That was probably the best defense that we had played all year was Auburn. So 1-2 to count. But at Auburn, we don't play well over there. Here's the 1-2. That's gonna be hit on a play. Try to think like when was the last time we actually really blew them out at Auburn. I mean, I'm trying to think, and I don't think we have. They've blown us out over there several times. Here's the 1-2 gonna miss. I remember 2002. I went to that game. It was raining. They beat us like 31-7 or some shit like that. In 2014, they beat the fuck out of us like 48-7 or something like that. They beat the fuck out of us then. In 14. 2-2 pitch. And they hit him. Fucking Christ, man. You think Clemson was better on defense that year? I don't know. I'm talking about at Auburn. I'm talking about at Auburn. So 2 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch. It is down low, 1-0. So Rodriguez at the plate. I know Georgia had a really good defense that year, but Auburn had a good defense though. Here's a 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. You really think Bama's defense was better than Auburn's that year? Man. Here's a 1-1. It's a strike. 2-1. Oh, a strike, man. 2-1 pitch. It's a wild pitch. Throw a strike, man. It's a wild pitch. Jesus Christ. But why can't we throw the ball? What's up with all of a sudden, man? I believe you, Brian. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I should have said Auburn was the best defense we played. Maybe I misspoke a little bit there, but 3-1. It's a swing and a miss, 3-2. But the more that you look at it, and you go look at the players Clemson had on that defensive side. But no, you're probably right. 3-2 pitch, and he fouled that one. That was ball 4. Luckily, he swung at that. Damn. Wow. That's. Damn. Auburn was 20th in defense. 3-2 pitch. Maybe I remember that defensive lineman that was really good. Forgot his name. So 3-2 coming to Rodriguez. Pitch. It fouls it again. Georgia had a good defense. Georgia did have a good defense that year. Just they couldn't. Ball 4. That ball wasn't even close, man. Why can't we throw strikes? That's it, Derek Brown. Thank you. Why can't we throw strikes, man? I mean, I understand like you might be missing on the corner. I mean, some of these pitches are just like not even close. They're just a bit outside, like Harry Dorr would say, just a bit outside. Well, can't those strikes, man? And Florida was 39th in defense that year. Damn. Yeah, LSU gave a lot of big plays that year, especially against Ole Miss. We couldn't stop the quarterback, and Bama busted us on like 2 big plays in that Bama game. And then no, and then against Alabama, we couldn't get off the field in the second half against Alabama. It seemed like every third, fourth down they converted that year. Every time we had a chance to get off the field, we couldn't get off against Bama that year. Alrighty, so we got Mandino. That ball's gonna be hit out of play. Yeah, pitching is just you can't throw a strike, man. I can understand like you just miss on the corner, but some of these pitchers are just not even close. Here's the 0-1 to Mandino. That's 1-1. So 1-1 account. The pitch. And, I think we got a gift there 1-2. Man. I wish we had the box on the screen. Here's the 1-2. And it's gonna be foul back. I wish we had the box on the screen. Why can't they put the box on the screen? Somebody owns the patent on that. I guess they don't want us to know how bad the umpires are. Here comes the 1-2. And wow, that's behind the batter. A run's gonna score. Fucking Christ, man. That was behind the batter. It was behind the batter. It was behind the batter. I mean, our bases are still loaded. There's a swing and a miss, and there's strike number 3. Well, that's the third out. So the Cajuns score 3. It's now 6-2. Yeah, the box needs to be on the screen. Yeah, the 2004 USC team was really good. No, they obliterated Oklahoma. Something that like we should have done. We should have beaten Oklahoma by more than we did in that Sugar Bowl. But Matt Malk had a bad game. But we should have beaten Oklahoma more than 7 in that year. But yeah, Matt Malk had a really bad game that Sugar Bowl. Remember we had the ball like first and goal, and we kicked the field goal, and then we had a holding call, then a personal foul, then we had a like kick, then we faked the field goal. Remember that shit? Oh, they're showing highlights from when we played in 2019 over there in the Zephyr Field. When they were before the Zephyrs. All right, so we got 6-2 going to 6. That's Pruitt from Watson, Louisiana. Yeah, we should have beaten Oklahoma by a lot more than what we did. But yeah, that's right. He fumbled. I almost forgot about that. Yeah, he fumbled on the first drive. Although we did get the ball back on the interception and scored. We scored, but yeah, that's when Justin Vincent ran that first play of the game down like inside the 10-yard line. But yeah, Malk had a bad game that year. Here's a pitch to York. Here's a strike going 1. Here comes the 0-1 New York. Here's a ball 1-1. But they won the game. It's all that matters. But they won the game. But it shouldn't have been that close. I was stressing that night. Here's a 1-1. That's down and in 2-1. That was the first time LSU was ever relevant in football in my life, well, in my lifetime. So I never thought I'd see them win a championship in football. That ball's popped up, right field, making the catch. One down. And we're just getting under the ball. Man. Man. All right, so we got Milam up. This is crazy, man. But our hitting has just been bad, man. And our pitching has been. Am I going to the Clemson game? I don't know. It's 1-0. Those tickets are probably going to be very steep because of Lane Kiffin and stuff. Here's a 1-0. That's a strike 1-1. Everybody's gonna be excited about Lane Kiffin and week 1 Clemson. 1-1 pitch is down and in 2-1. So Nussmeier said he got hurt like way early in fall practice. That was a rumor back then, and LSU said it wasn't true. He wasn't hurt. So I don't know what to believe. Look at this. Look at this shift they have on. 2-2 coming to the plate. And Milam pops it out of play. Milam just needs a bunt. Why can't he just bunt down the third base side? There's nobody down there at third base. If Milam just bunts the ball down that line, he's probably going to get an infield single. 2-2 pitch. And he pulls it, and it's going to be 2 down. Well, they had him defended perfectly. It was actually the third baseman was over there on that right-hand side. So it was actually a 5-3 putout on the scorecard. And Aaron Beatty takes it for a ball, 1-0. Man, this is... Here comes the 1-0. That ball's hit to left field and coming up, making the catch for the third out. Man, so it holds up in left field for the third out. So bottom 6 we go. Still 6-2 Cajuns. Man. Just getting under the ball, man. Damn. What's Tiger Ranch saying? Are they melting down? Tiger Rant melting down. They're saying, oh my God, we're going to lose 2 midweek games. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Yeah. This team is not even close to the 2025 team. Well, okay. Well, I mean, of course they're not right now. All right, so we're gonna go to the bottom of the sixth inning, 6-2 Cajuns. Brandon Bro, half Tiger, half Cajun. Alrighty, let's see if we can pitch this inning and not give up. Not throw wild pitches like we have been. All right, so bottom six we go. 6-2 Louisiana up over LSU. Ragin Cajuns. And so Rizzy's still out. Rizzy's still out there. There's a strike, 0-1. So Collins to plate. Got Collins, LaSalle, and Markle do up. What's up, Andrew? Here's the I was late and you were late. Here's a swing and a miss, 0-2. Man, what's up with the pitching tonight, man? Pitching has just been they can't throw. There's been some horrible pitching tonight. I mean, just wild, 1-2. I mean, wild. That one wild pitch we threw last inning that went behind the batter. Here's a 1-2. That's 2-2. Felt like Harry Doyle, saying just a bit outside. But what would you call that? It went behind the batter, so it's not inside. Outside. 2-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. 1 down. So Rizzy, one down here in the sixth. I mean, we made it a 3-2 game, and then all of a sudden we give up. We go back in the next inning and give up 3 more. So. Let's look at LaSalle up. So LaSalle at the plate. The pitch is a strike, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. That's a little low and away. 1-1. So 1-1 is a swing and a miss. 1-2. So far, Rizzy's pitching better than he did last inning, but that can change. The 1-2 is popped up. Is it going to stay in play? It will not. So it's going to bounce into the seats. Still 1-2. You're ready for daylight saving time? Yeah. Daylight saving time. Here comes the pitch from Rizzy. That's a swing and a miss. 2 down. All right. Yeah, now Rizzy, this it's a lot better than this inning than last inning. Rizzy had a hard time finding the plate last inning. Now we're going to have Markle do up. And the pitch is a swing and a miss. 0-1. So Drew Markle's from Katy, Texas. And 0-1. And so he's going to foul that one 0-2. So no ball, 2 strikes. If Rizzy could have thrown like this last in the 5th and kept this like a 4-2 game, if and buts. So 0-2 pitch. It's a wild pitch. But, well, it doesn't go down as a wild pitch because nobody on base. but it would have been a wild pitch. Oh, see, look at that. Those strikes, man. Here's a 1-2. Another pitcher goes to the backstop. 2-2. That's 2 pitches in a row. We're lucky there was nobody on base. Two pitch coming. That ball's foul back. Gonna stay 2-2. I don't get it, man. Why can't we just throw a freaking strike? I mean, it was. I know it doesn't go down as a wild pitch, but 2-2 is 3-2. Almost hit him. I mean, it was 0-2. The count was 0-2. He threw 2 back-to-back wild pitches, and now he threw one up and in. 3-2 pitch is right down the middle for strike number 3. Jeez, he's all over the place. So we'll go to the 7th. 6-2 Cajuns. He's all over the place. What's up, Paxton? In the house. Member gang in the house. What's up, Paxton? What's up, Paxton? Member gang. How's everything about you? Man. Man, we're losing again. Yeah, so what's up, Paxton? What's the weather like up there? Up there in the panhandle of Texas. All right, the Sun Belt standings. Southern Miss is 11-1. You got Texas State, Arkansas State, South Alabama. The Cajuns are 9-3. Southern Miss is 11-1 to start the season over there in the Sun Belt. Oh yeah, I forgot. Where's Coastal at this year? I didn't look at their record. It's Coastal Carolina. They were the preseason favorites in the conference. All right, so Seth at Dardar at the plate. And the pitch is a ball 1-0. We got Harden on deck, then Caraway. Caraway had a homer his last time up. If we get some guys on base here, here's a 1-0. Here's a 2-0. 2-0 to count. So Seth Dodar is a senior out of Mandeville, Louisiana. The 2-0 is a strike, 2-1. Right on the inside corner of the plate, 2-1 to count. And the 2-1 is 3-1. I guess that pitch was just maybe off the plate, 3-1 to count. Here to Dardar. Wilson delivers the pitch, 3-1. That's going to be hit to shortstop for an out. So a line out, 1 down. Hit right at him. All right, we're going to have Harden coming to plate. And the pitch is so hit up in the air. Left field. And there's 2 down. I heard about that. I heard that they want to do the high school coach was be the AD. What the hell is ADS? So Caraway's up. He's from Dana Point, California. What the hell is that? Here's the pitch. Here's a strike on 1. I thought you said something else. Here comes the 0-1. That's a foul, 0-2. All right, so 1-2 to count. Here comes the pitch to Caraway, and it's gonna be just missed 1-2. Man, the crowd wanted that call. 1-2. Hey, here comes the 1-2. And it's a swing and a miss. There's strike number 3. And the side is retired. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 6-2 Cajuns. Time to stretch. Yeah. Well, man, I guess Tigers are. If they're going to win this one, they're going to need some late inning heroics. And I don't see how they're going to. If it was 3-2, I'd be a little more, maybe positive that maybe they can do something there. All right, let's see if you know how Harry Carey used to say, "Let's get some runs." Well, when he's saying, "Take me out to the ball game," the Cubbies were coming up in the bottom of the 7th inning. LSU's not coming up in the bottom of the 7th, so we'll have to see if they're going to come up in 8th inning to get some runs. But yeah, let's get some runs. Text, man, shit, man. Yeah, the Cajun fans are I don't know what the hell they saying, but anyway. Yeah. All right, so bottom 7 we go. It's 6-2 Louisiana Ragin Cajuns. Tigers going to the bullpen. Oh, I got you. So Lackenmayer on the mound. I got you now. Uh, I would say no. I kind of forgot. It's been so long since I was in high school. I kind of forgot how ours did it. Um, was our football coach the AD? I don't think it was. I don't think he was. So lacking my Amar. All right, man. Let's go. So we got the plate. We got Amity. Here's a pitch. Here's a strike on 1. So 0-1 to count, but no. Here's another. Ooh, it's a ball. 1-1. So Lee Amity's from Gonzales, Louisiana. He's a senior for the Cajuns. Here's the 1-1. There's a strike, 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Amity. And the 1-2 pitch is fouled. We'll do it again. The Tigers play again on Friday. They'll be back home. They got a 3-game set against Sacramento State. And then, forgot who they played next week during midweek. And then next weekend, that's when they play Vanderbilt. Here's the 1-2. It's going to miss 2-2. So they got to get their shit together when they go on the road against Vanderbilt. They got to get their hitting figured out. They got to pitch more consistently. That's 3-2. Because if we're hitting and pitching this inconsistent, I mean, we might not win that series. And 3-2 pitch is off the plate, ball 4. Jesus Christ, man. So hopefully they can. Hopefully Jay Johnson can figure out, who's going to be in the batting lineup, who's going to be who's going to be your rotation. So Hernandez from Panama City, Panama, at the plate here for the Louisiana. But the pitch is a ball, 1-0. So 1-0 to count. Lockenmeyer. Here's a 1-0. That bunts it out of play into the netting, 1-1. 1-1. So 1-1 to count. And the pitch is 2-1. Was high. 2-1. I mean, they're trying to bunt the ball, and we're not throwing strikes. I mean, they're trying to sacrifice a runner over and get an out, and we're not throwing strikes. 2-1 pitch is a bunt, right side, and it only plays the first, and they tagged him out. So York makes the tag, but it does move the runner to second. And there's a 1 down, so it's one of those, successful outs because you move the runner over. You do your job. So runner goes to second. We're gonna have. It's like we're gonna have a pitching change. Lockenmeyer is probably going to be exiting here. Pitching, yeah. The pitching's been just inconsistent. Just been inconsistent. They look good, and then they have some pitches where they it's not even close to being a strike. So I think they're gonna have to get a lot more consistent. Once conference play starts in 2 weeks. Yeah, the Tigers will go to the bullpen. Who's coming in? Oh, it's who's that? Is that Fontenot coming in? Is that Fontenot coming in? Might be Fontenot. I need some water. I'll be right back. All right, so yeah, it is Fontenot. It is Fontenot on the mound. Fontenot on the mound. Yeah, Fontenot. All right. Need more than water, I know, huh? Well, I don't have any beer. I drank it all, so I'll have to get some. I'll have to get some more beer for the weekend because I might need it. The way these these guys are playing. The way these guys are playing. Man, it keeps texting me, man. All right, here we go. We got runner at second, one out here in this one out in the seventh. 6-2 Louisiana up over LSU. Used to be USL, 30 years ago. So here comes the pitch to the plate. That's not even a close 1-0. God, man. It just some of these pitches are just like not even close. Here's the 1-0. It's 2-0. Two-0 pitch is 3-0. I'm not even close, man. Not even close, man. I know, Marie. I know, Marie. 3-0 pitch is there's finally a strike. 3-1. Yeah, USL. Yeah, they that was it. I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah, they beat us before in baseball. Here comes the 3-1. That's strike 3-2. Right. Wow. Huh. The batter threw the bat. Thought it was ball four. Was kind of showboating, and it was a strike. Here comes the 3-2, and it's a foul. We'll do it again. I wish they need the freaking strike box on the screen. I don't understand why college baseball doesn't do it. I think they just don't want to show you how bad the umpire is. 3-2 pitch. And here's a grounder back to the pitcher. They'll go to third, and they got him in a rundown between second and third. And they give him a rundown. Try to get a rundown, and now they tag him out. And there's two down. So there's two down, but in all that hoopla, the batter makes it the second. So now we got Spallata. Or, yeah, is it Spallata? That's his name. So runner at second, but there's two outs. Here comes the pitch. Oh, Spallata. Here's the fly ball center field. Going to be not caught. Going to be a base hit. So the run's going to score. It's now 7-2. Man. And Cajuns are beating our ass tonight. Just like the other night when we got beat by Northeastern. It was like 13-2 until they put in a rag on. We finally got some runs, but the game was over with them at that point. So if this score holds up, and it probably will, it's just so Spalita with that RBI single. Here comes the pitch. It's gonna be. Did he go around? I think he went around. Did he? No. 1-0. So Blake Rodriguez is from Slidell, Louisiana. He's from the East St. Tammany Parish. Yeah, he's on the other side of the parish. You know, with the parish I grew up in. Yeah. Yeah, I grew up in Slidell. That's my town. Here's a 1-0. That's 2-0. Yeah. I can't talk bad about Slidell. That's where I grew up, so where I went to high school. Can't talk bad about the Dell. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike 2-1. Oh, okay, yeah. Of course, the ESPN buffers and it's all blurry. Now it's back normal. I hate this fucking app. 2-1 pitch. And swing and miss, and runner goes, and the ball almost goes center field, but luckily the second baseman was behind the bag to stop it from going out there because the throw was kind of bad. Man, what is up with this team? These last 2 games against Northeastern and now against Louisiana. What is up with this team? 2-2 pitch. There's a chopper up the middle, slow roller. Got to hurry. Dart throws. No, everybody's safe. Well, now they're going home, and the runner's tagged out. No idea why Spalita was going home there, but he gets tagged out at home plate. Should have stayed at third base. Did the coach send him? Because if they did, that was bad. That was bad coaching by the third base coach if they sent him home. Man. Did I play ball? I tried. I couldn't make the baseball team. Yeah, I tried. I wasn't good enough. I tried out for the baseball team my senior year. I didn't make it. Hindsight's always 20/20, right? I should have tried out every year, but I guess it would have increased my chances. I should have tried out the freshman year, sophomore, junior, and senior. I should have tried out more than 1 year, but it is what it is. Man. So, hindsight's always 20/20. All right, there's the SEC standings. There's Texas is 12-0. Then you got Florida 12-1, A&M 11-1, Georgia 11-2, Tigers 11-2, Ole Miss 11-2, State, Oklahoma. Then you got Auburn, Kentucky, Missouri, Alabama. They all got 10 wins. But LSU is the favorite to win the conference this year. I don't think they're winning the conference. I think it's going to be Texas. I think Texas has a more favorable schedule in the SEC. I think it's going to be Texas that wins the SEC this year. So, just my opinion. But where's the third base coach? Did he bring him home? That would Oh, he was the third base coach. He was waving around. Here's a pitch to Curiel. It's a strike on 1. It was the third base coach. He was waving him around. That's on the coach. That's on the coach there because he's the one that's looking. Here's the 0-1 to Curiel. That's a base hit. Right field. As Curiel singles to the right, and the Tigers have the leadoff guy on here in the 8th. But I'm glad they showed that replay. Because I was wondering if is that on the runner or is that on the third base coach? Because the third base coach, tells you to go, you go. Because your your back is to the plate, you can't see it. So, but yeah, that was on the third base coach. He screwed up. I got Jake Brown up. Pitch is a ball 1-0. Guess that was high 1-0. So Jake Brown from Sulphur, Louisiana, over there in the western part of the state. Here's the 1-0. And he's into left field, going back at the warning track with the catch. One down. Man. Yeah, right now they're not the team at all right now. But, last year they started off slow. Now, I'm not saying they're going to turn it around like last year's team did, but last year they started off really slow hitting the baseball. And Einstein wasn't going deep into games early last year either. So, but you gotta see what we gotta see what we do during conference play. All right, so we had Cerna up. So Cerna at the plate, and here comes the pitch. It's a strike, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. That ball's hit to left field, but is it fair? It's foul. Well, it's foul. 0-2. All right, so 0-2 the count here to Cerna. That's a swing and a miss, 2 down. Hernandez was really good for us last year, the catcher last year. And then, of course, Jared Jones. So they got some holes to fill from last year's team. But yeah, timeout. I forgot. Yeah, you get timeouts, but you get a timeout in baseball. You get one timeout in baseball. In college baseball, you get a timeout. All right, the home plate umpire came and asked, "Are you ready to play ball?" Jay's like, "Yeah." Yeah, York is he looks like David Wells. Same number, 33 when he pitched for the Yankees. Here comes the pitch. Is a strike 0-1. Hopefully York can hit home runs like Jones did last year. Here's the 0-1. It's a swing and miss, 0-2. Jesus Christ, man. He looked bad on that. He looked bad on that swing. Here comes the 0-2. And it's strike 3 looking. Fucking kid me, man. Just staring at the pitch, man. Why are we staring at pitches, man? Well, I said, we got to get some runs. And it didn't work out too much. Yeah, they had to get some runs here, and they had to get some runs in the top of the 8th to give them a chance in the ninth. Yeah. I mean, outside of the home run by Caraway, have we really hit the ball? I mean, not really. So, man. Man. So, all right, we got, that's right, the Tigers play Sacramento State Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, we play Creighton. That's what we play. Creighton. We play Creighton next week, and then they start the series against Vanderbilt. So it's I was trying to think who the hell we play next week, midweek. It's Creighton. Fucking Creighton. Damn, man. Can't play like UNO or somebody. Oh man. Can't play the Privateers. I know we played Tulane this year, but man, play UNO. Creighton. Or we got Newt on the mound. He's from Oak Park, California. He's a junior for the Tigers. So we're in the bottom of the eighth. 7-2 Louisiana. Newton has an ERA of north of 6 Ks, 3 walks, and 4 1/3 innings. Yeah, an ERA over 6 is no, not good. 6.23 to be exact. He does have a save on the season, but of course this is not a save opportunity. All right, so bottom 8 we go. Louisiana up 7-2 over LSU. So we got Mandina up. He's from Minden, Louisiana. That's a strike on 1. Yeah, puck her up and kiss his game. Yeah, puck her up and kiss it. Yeah, that's what Lynn Rollins would say. Here's the 0-1. There's a bunt, but it's foul. 0-2. Yeah, Lynn Rollins would say, "You can puck her up and kiss this baby goodbye." I agree on that note. 0-2 to count. As a Newt will come set. 0-2 pitch is fouled. We'll do it again. I'm kind of glad I didn't drive 2.5 hours over there to Lafayette for the game tonight. I'd have been kind of ticked off coming home, but oh well. Kind of glad I didn't go now. Here's the 0-2 coming to the plate. And as we hit to left field, Harden's there. 1 down. Kind of glad I thought about it. Well, one of the main reasons why I didn't go is because I didn't get tickets. But I tried to get tickets, but they went on sale months ago, but I couldn't get tickets. And once I couldn't get tickets, I was like, There's a foul back on 1. There to Collins. But Collins is from Opelousas, Louisiana. Here comes the 0-1. It's a ground to the third. 1 hopper. 2 down. 2 down here in the 8th. Oh, wee man. Oh, well. There's always tomorrow, right? There's always tomorrow. Yeah, no, they'll be this weekend against Sacramento State. Hopefully they can hit better. I don't know. All right, so LaSalle's from Lake Charles, Louisiana. That first pitch will find the strike zone. 0-1. So Newt looking in. 0-1. And there's a play. 0-2. Foul on a play. 0-2. Going to be a long season. I think they'll get better once conference play starts. Here's the 0-2. And the ball's hit on a play. Here comes the 0-2. O2 pitch is popped up. Out of play. So here comes the 0-2. Big Nu's getting his sign. Go from the little pitch com. 0-2 pitch is a swing to miss. I strike 3, out number 3. So Newt looked pretty good this inning, but they're still losing 7-3. I'm sorry, 7-2. So ninth inning we go. Tigers need a rally. Man, we got 3 errors. We have 3 errors in this game. But then we have 4 against Northeastern. So it's 7 errors in 2 games. That's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, man. It's gonna be a long season, man. Yeah, I mean, there's a thread on Tiger Rant about York being worthless and how how's he gonna fare in SEC pitching? I guess we'll find out. Um, I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. Do you think we can win like the national championship? If you want to go by paper, like talent on paper, yes, I think they have a chance to win it all. You know, you know, shit's not won on paper. But if you go by just talent on the team, yes, they have enough. Here's a pitch to Milam. That's what we want to know. But they haven't. But lately they haven't. Their pitching's been inconsistent. Hitting has been not good at all. But I think on paper, yeah, I think they have it. They have a chance. And Milam will get a line out. 1 down. Damn. Hey, man. All right, so 1 down in the inning. We got coming up Aaron Beatty. No. Cerner was it is Aaron Beatty. Come on. It is Aaron Beatty. Cerner must be the DH. There's a pitch going to be a high, 1-0. That's right. Aaron Beatty was catching the last half inning. I'm thinking. Wasn't Cerner. So 1-0 to Aaron Beatty. The pitch is 2-0. They suck. They're definitely not playing well these last few games. This past weekend series, the pitching has been good. If you take away the Monday and today's game, pitching was good, but the hitting has been just off this weekend. This past weekend. 2-0 pitch is 3-0. I really thought they would score a lot more runs against Dartmouth and Northeastern. 3-0 pitch. And that's a strike, 3-1. But ever since I got back from the cruise, they've been in a slump hitting. They just foul back 3-2. I need to go back on the cruise because when they were in that series again over there in on Clearwater, 3-2 pitch is a foul. Was it Clearwater they played when they were on D1 Baseball, that website? Were they in Florida? I can't remember where they were because I was on the cruise. I can't remember where they freaking played. So 3-2 coming to the plate. Aaron Beatty has high, ball 4. We get a base runner, but the problem is, we need a grand slam. Doesn't tie the game. We need a lot more base runners. Even if we load the bases up, hit a grand slam, we're still down by a run. All right, so Braun's up. Gonna pinch hit here. Oh, that's on that because I think they sponsor the tournament. And so 1-0. They're like, who? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about. Who's he coach? Yeah, because D1 Baseball sponsored that tournament. There's a 2-0. Okay. So 2-0 here to Braun. Here's a pitch. That should be a strike. It is 2-1. Oh yeah, you're talking about yeah, I wasn't it was like $30 for that tournament. I wouldn't pay that either. 2-1 gonna be a base hit to right field. Let's see, we're gonna have runners at the corners. Let's see, yes, runners at the corners with 1 out here in the ninth. Yeah, and they need they need a lot more base runners than this. No, this is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a little too late for LSU. All right, let's see. We're gonna have who's coming to the plate? Is it Harden? First we're gonna have a mound visit. Yeah, I've heard some people complain about that D1 baseball site. Sometimes they it buffers a lot. I'm like, well, fuck. And so does the ESPN app. So, but I think you can you can pay for a subscription for that D1 baseball site to get some access to things, but that didn't give you access to the games. That was like 2 weeks ago. You still had to pay $30 more to get the games, which made no sense. That just was my understanding about the D1 baseball website was that the $30 was extra. It's extra. Yeah. No, you got a subscription to the D1 baseball site to get access to stuff. You do? Okay, good. Well, you got to pay $30 more even like everybody else. All right, so we got Harden up. Here's the pitch. Here's a swing and a miss. 0-1. Look, don't try to get a home run because a home run doesn't just get on base. We gotta get base runners. So get on base, Harden. Here's the pitch. Here's a strike 0-2. You gotta get on base. Base runners is the thing. If you hit a home run, it's 7-5. Helps, but it doesn't. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 down. So the Tigers are 1 out away of losing 2 in a row. And the Cajuns 1 out of 1. They're 1 out away of getting their 10th victory of the season. All right, so there's 2 down and 2 on here in the ninth. Got Caraway's up. And he hit a homer earlier. That's a swing. He was swinging for the fences there, 0-1. Harden was swinging for the fences, and so was Caraway. They're not trying to get on base. Here comes the 0-1. There's a grounder off the pitcher, and he gets it though, throws it first, and the game is over. And so the Cajuns win 7-2. Man. So congrats to the Louisiana Ragin Cajuns as they win 7-2. Tigers only get 2 runs on 7 hits. And yeah. And they had the home run early in the game. And that was it. We really couldn't really string together. Had 3 errors. I mean, it's kind of hard. We only have 3 errors. You had 5 hits. You only had 5 hits going to the 9th inning. You got 2 hits in the 9th, but you lose 7-2 to Louisiana Ragin Cajuns. So Tigers lose. They lose again. They lose 2 in a row. First time they lost 2 in a row all season long. So hopefully Jay Johnson, gives them a talk to. Because something needs to be done. The pitching's been inconsistent, hitting's been inconsistent. So and the defense has been inconsistent. Just very inconsistent play. Especially these last 2 games. Yeah. But inconsistent. So man. Oh man, so 7-2. Oh well. Now they're gonna play Sacramento State. Hopefully they can get their bats going. I think they just need to be in the batting cages, just swinging the pitches. But yeah, I mean, the pitching was fine Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The pitching was fine Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The hitting was not. I think in that 3 game, just on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think we only had like 1 home run. I think it was Jake Brown that hit one, or maybe there was 2. But yeah, they definitely need to they need to be a little more consistent hitting the baseball coming up, because we got conference play coming up in 2 weeks, not this weekend but next weekend. So see though, we'll see. I'll see y'all Friday night. I don't think it's supposed to rain, right? I know there was some talk about weather on the weekend. What's the weather for Baton Rouge on Friday? Oh yeah, yes, it's Saturday and Sunday where there's a better chance at rain. Sunday there's an 80% chance of rain. Saturday there's a 56. Friday there's a 20% chance of rain. So, but is that during the day or is that at night? That's big. So if it's at night, then that's going to change things. But let's see. Do I have? Can I go Friday that far? I can't go that far. Looks like Friday night is around a 15% chance of rain. So Friday should be all right. Saturday and Sunday, we'll see if they can. The weather can change, but yeah, it wouldn't be LSU without having a weather delay in baseball. Yeah, so we'll see you guys on Friday for Sacramento State and LSU. So peace out and see y'all.